Hi. So today we are going to make a project which is IoT LED. So we'll be constructing with the help of AWS Cloud Service. So our website is hosted at S3 service of AWS and a user is interacting with that website. So the website is further connected with the API gateway, which is also a service offered by AWS. Then we have two Lambda functions which are connected to the API gateway. The Lambda functions are also being offered by AWS as a service. And then there is an AWS IoT Shadow, which is a part of a AWS IoT core. So that is also serviced by AWS. Then we have a ESP32 over here. So the ESP32 is connected with the AWS IoT core and is accessing its shadow actually. And either it's updating its shadow or taking the values from shadow. So this is the main flow for our project. So let's start making our project with the AWS. So for that, we'll just go to the AWS core, AWS console first. So we'll write AWS console. There we go. We'll log into our console. So this is how our console will appear. So for now, first we will search for IoT core. Put it here, IoT core. So in IoT core, we have a thing which is just the replica of our device. So which means that the which basically is not the replica exact, but is the representation of our device. So it will represent our device in the cloud. So in order to talk to the device, we have to set policies. So first we will write the policies over here so that later we can assign those policies to the thing instead of creating thing first and then creating policies and assigning it. So first we'll go to the policies. We'll create a policy. So I'll give name as ESP32. So this is the basically my ESP32 name, and then I will give the policy. Now I'll go to the JSON. I'll provide the document to you guys so that you can just copy paste, but I will tell you how to write a policy as well. So for now, just copy it and paste it up over here. So few things to keep in mind. So what you have to do is you have to change your region, which can be found up over here. This is CA Central 1. This is the region. Then you have to change the ID, which can be get from over here, account ID. Okay. So you need to change these two things in the code, and that's it. Rest you will be all done. So in this thing, basically the policy is defining that for connection it's allowing this resource, and then for subscribing it's allowing these two resources. Then for receiving the data it's allowing these two resources, and then for publishing allowing these two resources. So this is the policy which we are defining. We'll just create this policy for now. Next we'll go to the things and we'll create a thing. So we'll just create a single thing name, just the representation, so same name which I have here on the board. So next is unnamed shadow. We'll create the shadow as well. This is a must because we'll be dealing with all shadow. If we don't create any shadow, then nothing will work up here. So basically we have an LED, so we'll be turning it on and off. So I will just put status as its key and turn the on, and I'll turn on up over here as status. So in shadow we have our reported state and a desired state. So reported state is reported from ESP32, whereas the desired state is the one which we get from the website, from the interaction of the user. So for both of them, I'm just setting those to the on for now. You can do whatever you want. You can set them off. You can set one on, one off, as what you like, doesn't matter. So next we will generate the certificates. It's a recommended step, otherwise you'll have to do that manually. So instead, go with the recommended step. Now see, this is why we created the policy earlier. So now we have to attach the policy to the thing. So we'll just simply create this policy up here. Now download the certificates, download the device certificate. This is the device. We don't need them right now. We will need them later actually while programming our ESP32, but you can just download them for now because it will not pop up again. So just download these and that's it. You don't need to download the root CA3 certificate. Press the done button, and that's it for the IoT core part. You're almost done with the IoT core part. So what we're going to do next is we'll just go up here and we'll create S3 bucket. The S3 bucket is the place where we'll be hosting our website. So we'll create the bucket. So the bucket name must be unique. So you need to put the unique name up here. So I will put IoT LED. I hope nobody takes it. And I'll just press the create bucket. And yeah, it created. Otherwise, it would have popped error that enter a unique name. That's it for now for the bucket part. But don't close it. We'll need it later as well. Next, we'll go to the Lambda function. So open it in a new tab because we need this one later. So just keep it as it is. So we need to create two functions. So just press the create function. So author from scratch is fine. So we'll name the function of the lambda as get shadow. So this will get the shadow. We'll name simply. And then you need to select the Python because Python would be our language for defining the function. Then press the create function. So what now you want to do is take the get shadow lambda over here, copy all code, and close this file. So what you want to do is over here is just replace all this code with the code which we copied earlier. So what this code is going to do is just keep in mind one thing. If you change the name of the thing, because I already had ESP32 WROOM, and if you change the one over here, one at the defining time there in the IoT core, then do change it over here as well. Otherwise, it might not perform properly later. Okay. So basically what this function is doing, it's getting the shadow. If you can see, it's attempting to fetch the shadow. It's just the log so that you can read later as well. So it's trying. So client is getting the thing shadow function from the thing name, and it will get the response, and then it will change the status on the website if it's able to get, whether it's on or off, what's the status in the shadow, it will get that. So deploy this function. So create the second function, which is update shadow. Update shadow. It's also a Python function, like the Python. Create the function. Go over here. Copy the code. close it. Okay. So similarly, if you have another thing name up there, you can just put that. And what it does is it just updates the shadow. It's update the thing shadow as per the status on or off. Okay. So just deploy it as well. So that's it for the shadow part. So what we're going to do next is we'll go to the IAM. So IAM service is basically to access the AWS resources. So it will help us accessing the resources with the help of Gateway API, and we'll define roles and policies up here. So we'll go to the IAM. So first, what we'll do is we'll change the two policies for our Lambda functions. Okay. So what we're going to do is we'll go to the roles. This is get shadow function which we define. Its role is automatically defined up here, and the update shadow as well. So first go to the get shadow role and open its policy. So next go to the get shadow policy text, select it, close it. So edit its policy, go in JSON and just go up here, enter it. So here's again one thing to note: region, ID, and thing name. You need to change wherever you have set before or wherever your credentials are. Okay. We'll press save changes. Next, just go to the second role for the update shadow function. Okay, so update shadow. Come on. So the policy for update shadow. Okay, so edit the policy. Same thing to up here. Don't forget to change your region, ID, and thing name. Done. So next, what we want to do is we need to define a new policy and a new role. So this policy basically will help us connect the S3 to our gateway API. So let's first create the policy. So I will just copy the code for policy up here. So this is the policy for our S3. Now, one thing to keep in mind, this is our bucket name, and then we will create an object inside it. Okay. When we'll go up here, we see we have no object up here. We'll create an object later. So, but because we didn't upload it right away because we need to change a thing in that object. So that's why we'll upload that later. But for now, just decide whatever name you want to give to your object. So I gave the iot.html as the object name, which I will upload later. So just type IoT LED in here, and this is the object name here. Make sure to do this change. Okay. Then it will ask us to create the policy, add tags. If you want to add tag, then I will just name it as S3 policy. If you want to give any description, you can, or I should also give like so what does this do? So just describe whatever you want. I will just leave it empty. Okay, so you have created the policy as well now. Now I'll define the role for S3. Basically, this role will define that whom to trust, so it will give permission to the gateway API. I will go for the create role, and from here I will just go up here, copy it. Okay. So from here, go to the custom trust policy. See, so this gives us the service gateway API gateway Amazon AWS. So basically, it's asking us to trust this policy so that it can call our website later. So press the next button. Now we need to assign the policy to this role. We already created the policy S3 policy for it, and we'll select that, press the next button. Now we need to enter the name. So give the name S3 role. If you want to give any description you want, it's good to give description, but I'll just skip for now. So here we go. So our role and our description and policies, everything is created up here. We are done with our IAM part. We just need to copy this ARN to use it later. So copy this, go up here and write API gateway. So now we will create our API part. Okay. So we will create the REST API. Press OK. Press the new API. So I will name it as IoT API. Give the name whatever you want. Come on. Okay. Give the description you want. Press the create API. That's it. Now what we'll do is we'll add a method, a get method, which will help us connect the S3 and the gateway API. So we will connect the AWS service with it. Set your region, wherever your is. Like the service as S3, which is our service, simple storage service S3. HTTP method as get, like use path override. Now you want to provide you will provide the same path up over here, which is IoT which is IoT LED slash iot.html, and the ARN we copied from there, you will just paste up here, and you'll just press the save button. So go to the settings, go to the binary media, type up here text slash HTML. Save changes. So next what we'll do is we'll create two methods for our Lambda functions. First, we will create a resource. So you can call it as shadow resource, and make sure to check this enable gate API gateway course. Okay. So next we will find the two methods, the get, press the get method, and keep it to this. Check the use Lambda proxy integration part, and press the get shadow method. Since you have already defined the Lambda function, it will pop automatically over here. So get shadow, save it. Okay, perfect. So next define the post method. Lambda function, same, update shadow. Okay. So that's it almost for the API part. Deploy this API now. So it will ask you to the stage, give it the name, whatever you want. I'm just giving it the dev as the name. So next part is copy this link which was given to you and go to the iot.html file, open it with Notepad. Now we see that here is the URL part. Just replace the URL which you received in this URL part. So one thing which I forgot to tell you over here is I gave the name as shadow-resource. So make sure to, or you can just copy this link instead. Here is stage shadow resource. So copy this link and now paste this link up there. Here. Similarly, here. Save it and upload this here in the S3 bucket. Add file iot.html. So press the upload button over here. Okay. So now what we're going to do is we'll just go to the link over here. This link. Open this link. And boom, we are done with this thing. So for now, just go to, from here, just type the IoT core. IoT core, open this link. Let's take it up over here. Now I will tell you what is actually happening. So we'll go to the devices, things, ESP32, go to the device shadows. Classic shadow, perfect, okay. So we can see that our desired state is also set to on and reported state is also set to on. So when we'll press this check button, it will basically get the reported state and it will tell us what it is the state. So for now, I was telling you in the code for the Lambda functions to change the thing name. If we don't give any thing name, we just press the check button, it will also work. But in case if you have changed the name over here, otherwise just type in your name, whatever you want, and press the check. See, it says that it's on. Why so? Because it's on up here. What if I go and manually write it as off? Let's try this. Okay. Okay. Update this. See, when I put it off manually even, the delta status when automatically calculated was with the IoT core shadow service and it's set to on. Now if I check, it says it's off because I manually changed that up over here. If I set it to on from here, now see the reported state is still off and the desired state is on, but the delta is not here. What if I change? See, because the reported was already on. Now, what if I make it off again here? Now, the desired state is off and the reported state is off, so no delta is being calculated again, even if I refresh it as well. See, no delta is created over here. So that's it for the AWS part. Now let's try to connect our ESP32 and get our hands really dirty with the real stuff. So for that, I will connect my ESP32 up here. So here is my ESP32 setup, if you can see clearly. So I provided you the IoT lamp, so you can just open this. I can close it. Okay. So I will provide you the code as well. So just open this code. So the setup for for the ESP32 part is I have ESP32 board, and there is pin number 13. I connected resistor with it, and then I connected the positive side of the resistor with uh, positive side of the LED with the resistor, and then the negative side with the ground. Okay, so this is the setup for ESP32. So that's the code part over which we have over here. So we need to change few things in the secrets.h file. We really don't need to change anything up here in the IoT lamp, but if you have a thing name different, you might need to change that over here where I'm highlighting on the screen, and here as well. Rest everything is good in the IoT lamp. If you want to give read, go and give it a read. It's easy to understand. There is nothing hard in it. There is just one connect function, and there is then setup, and then there is the loop function, same. Okay? So what we need to change in IoT, saving our secrets file. First thing, change the thing name up here. If you have a different thing name, if it's the same, you can just leave it. Put in your Wi-Fi SSID. Put in the Wi-Fi password here. It will be all changed, so you don't really do any stressed out whether my password will be hacked or whatever. I just put it randomly for these tutorials everywhere. And then we need to get the iOS AWS IoT endpoint. Okay, how can we get this endpoint? For that, let's go to this one, AWS IoT things. Go to settings. Where is the setting now? Here. So copy this endpoint, take it, and paste it over here. That's your AWS IoT endpoint. Okay. Next, we downloaded some certificates. We need to update those certificates up in here. So the root CA1 certificate is same for everyone, so I really don't need to update that one. The device certificate is different, so I will just update that. So this is my device certificate. I will open it, copy it. So just copy from there, paste up here. Next I need is device private key. Okay, and this is the private key. No, not here. Okay, this is the private key, which I will paste up here. Save this file, and that's it. You don't need any other changes. So what happens is I'll just transfer this, upload the code. It will just compile and upload that sketch on the ESP32. So as you can see, it's compiling sketch. So it will just compile and upload that code. So what comes next is like if you want to take data from the sensor You can connect the sensor with the ESP32 and then display that data to the dashboard of the same website where we have. You can change the website and change dashboard. You can give the buttons. You can make some graphs, charts, whatever you want. You can display just values even, or you can track the history. And moreover, if you want to collect the data, and you can do is like you can put the machine learning service from AWS and give that data and apply machine learning or wherever you want for that thing. So it's just compiling. I hope it will compile soon. Right now, if you can see, the LED is off. And I'll just wait for it to upload the code, and then I will show you that it's working, and I can control that from the website as well. So I just made it as a test thing. So what you can do is like you can also connect a relay, and you can connect the relay with the 120 volt if you are in USA or Canada. If you are in the rest of the world, then you can just connect to like 220 volt relay, and then you can connect the bulb with the relay, and then you can just control from the same ESP32 the relay, because the relay operates at 3.3 volt, and it will then operate the rest of the circuit to the real bulb of the room or wherever you want. Okay. So for now, I will just open the serial monitor. It's already uploaded. So I will just show you how will your program look. So I will restart the ESP32, just reset. So it's just trying to connect to the Wi-Fi. Here it connected. Then it says connecting to AWS IoT. Still having trouble connecting to the AWS IoT. I will just reset it again. I don't know. Okay, so you can see that it says that first connecting to Wi-Fi, it attempted, it popped some error. Still connecting to try to Wi-Fi, then it was connected to Wi-Fi, it said connecting to AWS IoT. When it was established, it said that ASW IoT connected, and the default is set to setting lamp status to off, so that's why it was turned off. Okay, so if you check it, it says it's off. Now the thing comes up here. No, this is no. Here we go. Okay, it says it's off. Okay, and then now when if I press it's on. So if you can see, I don't know if it's you are able to see or not. It says it's on and the LED is on. So if I open the serial monitor, so what you see is here. It says that received message with a version timestamp state. AWS says on if condition is being executed, and it says turning lamp on. So I hope you'll be able to see clearly. If I say it's, and you can see it's clearly went off. On it's off. Okay. And at the same time, if you want to see, you can see up here. Go to the thing, and then go to the shadow, and you can see that thing as well, that it says desired status on, reported status off. If I say desired status off, and then it says reported status on still, but I'll just refresh it in case because it missed somehow. See, it says reported status off as well. I turn it on. It says reported status off. I'll just refresh it and see the reported status is also on. So that's it for today. I hope you enjoy this project and you can make something similar. Now, if whatever you want, you can just change on the with this website and you can do whatever you want. You are in full freedom. So I hope you did really like this project and do give some feedback. If you have any question or concern, just do give a comment and I will get back to you.